Hello everyone, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we'll do a detailed comparison of the Yuphoria with the Honor 4C. So both these devices are priced below the rupees 10k pricing, and they have pretty impressive specs for their pricing. So before we go into the detailed aspect of this comparison, let's first have a quick look at the specs of these two devices. So first up, the Yuphoria. So this comes with a 5-inch display. It's powered by the Snapdragon 410 quad-core chipset with 2GB RAM and 16GB internal storage, and this runs Android 5.0 Lollipop with the Cyanogen OS, and this also has an 8-megapixel rear camera and a front-facing 5-megapixel camera. That was the spec aspect of the Yuphoria. Now talking about the Honor 4C, this was announced last month, and this also comes with a 5-inch display. So it's powered by the octa-core Kirin processor with 2GB RAM and 8GB internal storage. It has a 13-megapixel rear camera and a front-facing 5-megapixel camera. On the software side, this runs Android 4.4 KitKat with a custom EMUI 3.0. So that was the spec aspect of these two devices. Now going into the detailed comparison, let's first have a look at the design and build quality of these two devices. So design wise, we would say the Yuphoria has a slightly better design, because the design is one of the key aspects of the Yuphoria. When they announced the device, you can see the side has a metallic finishing, and it's actually made of metal, and you can see this does give a pretty premium feel. And you can see the design also has a lot of similarities with the Lumia 830 and 930, and you can see the buttons also have a three button layout: the power in the center, volume up and down on the top and the bottom. And the overall, you can see this is a symmetrical device. You can see there is a different finishing to the 3.5mm audio jack as well as the micro USB charging slot. So all in all, design wise, this is a fairly good looking device. And talking about the Honor 4C, again this has very much similarities with the Honor 4X, and you can see the design language is very much same. You can see the camera has a different layout. The textured, or rather the engraved logo as well as the pattern on the rear panel gives it a good feel. There is also chrome finishing on the volume button, and overall it's a pretty decently looking device. Now design wise, we would say the Yuphoria is slightly better than the Honor 4C. And even the weight aspect, if you consider that aspect, the Yuphoria is slightly lighter than the Honor 4C. Now talking about the build quality, here we would say the Honor 4C has slightly better build quality. The plastic finishing looks much better than the Yuphoria, because Yuphoria, you can see the plastic quality here and there, it's not really that great quality, but the Honor 4C has pretty good and solid finishing all around. So in the design wise, we would say the Yuphoria is better, and in the build quality, Honor 4C has slight edge over the Yuphoria. Now talking about the display, this is one area where the Yuphoria has an edge over the Honor 4C, because the display has Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection on the Yuphoria, while the Honor 4C does not have that. And we can say that the display is much more smoother on the Yuphoria than the Honor 4C, and even the viewing angles are also slightly better on the Yuphoria. So all in all, in the display aspect, we would say the Yuphoria is better than the Honor 4C. Now talking about the software and performance, so here there is a difference, because the Yuphoria is powered by the Android 5.0 with a custom Cyanogen OS, that's a CM12, while the Honor 4C has the custom EMUI on top of Android 4.4 KitKat, and the company has already promised Android Lollipop update for this device. So in the software wise, we would say the Yuphoria with the CM, or rather the Cyanogen OS, is much more polished than the EMUI. But having said that, EMUI also has a pretty good amount of features. It also offers customization. Both these devices offers customization in the form of themes, ringtones, wallpapers, and a lot of stuffs are included. So all in all, both these devices have a pretty good customizable OS. But having said that, the amount of features offered on the Yuphoria is more than what you see on the Honor 4C with the EMUI 3.0. Now talking about the performance, both these devices exhibit pretty good performance. The Snapdragon 410 on the Yuphoria gives pretty good performance, no lag or issues. It also has 2GB RAM and 16GB internal storage. You can also expand the storage via micro SD card, and then install apps on the SD card. So that's one good advantage of the Yuphoria. It has 16 GB internal storage, so most of the users should be good enough with 16 GB, and you can also expand the storage as you said mentioned before. Now there is no issues with the gaming as well. The gaming performance is also pretty good, and the heating is pretty minimal as well. Now talking about the Honor 4C, in terms of the performance, it has the octa-core processor with 2 GB RAM. Again, it's pretty good performance. But the gaming experience is not really that great, with some games having issues, like the Dead Trigger 2. When we play, it has an issue. So there are few games which have issues with this device, but the overall performance is pretty good. It has 2 GB RAM and just 8 GB internal storage, so you can expand the storage, but this has lower storage when compared to the Yuphoria. And you can also install apps on the SD card, so that's another good thing about this device. So all in all, we would say in the performance wise, both these devices are pretty good in terms of the overall performance, but the gaming experience is better on the Yuphoria. Now talking about the camera, this is one area where the Honor 4C wins by a huge margin, because this has a 13 MP rear camera with LED flash, and Yuphoria has only a 8 MP camera with LED flash. So both these devices have the 5 MP front camera, so in that aspect both these devices are pretty good in terms of the selfie experience, and they are almost similar in terms of the front camera experience. But talking about the rear camera, this is where the Honor 4C wins, because this is, we can probably say Honor 4C is one of the best camera smartphones for a price of rupees 10k and below. So this camera really performs well. The Honor 4C's 13 MP sensor is almost similar to the 4X and has really great quality, both outdoor, low light, and even the video recording. Now talking about the 8 MP camera on the Yuphoria, it's a pretty decent camera, just 8 MP, and it's pretty good for daylight, although the low light performance was just average, not really that great. So in the camera aspect, we would say the Honor 4C wins by a huge margin. Now finally talking about the battery. Both these devices have a very similar battery capacity, the 2230 mAh on the Yuphoria versus the 2500 on the Honor 4C. So the 2550 mAh battery on the Honor 4C has slightly better performance than the Yuphoria. But having said that, both these devices can last up to 1 day of usage with average usage, so it should give you a good enough battery for a day of usage. So that's the battery performance. So now summing up, which is a better device to buy here? So here there's a big difference in the pricing. The Yuphoria is priced rupees 6,999 and available via Amazon via the flash sale, and the Honor 4C is available for 8,999 without the 4G LTE support for rupees 8,999 on Flipkart. So for additional 2,000 rupees, which is for the Honor 4C, you get a better camera. That's a 13 MP camera, which is the best in the category. So if you're looking for a 4G LTE device, the Yuphoria is the better device here, because it has 4G LTE support on both the SIM cards, while the Honor 4C does not support 4G LTE. So which is a better value for money device? Obviously it's Yuphoria at rupees 6,999, because it has almost similar specs and performance as that of the Honor 4C, except for the camera. So that was a detailed comparison of the Honor 4C with the Yuphoria. Hope you like this video. If you have any queries, drop in a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with the queries. If you like this video, do hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.